the Madman. It's time for the top 10 cards of March of the Lich King as an expansion with the most cards released. This is one of the most competitive top 10 lists of all time. So let's begin with number 10, Lingering Zombie. Years ago, months ago, if someone said there was going to be a 1/1, like if there's going to be a possessed villager that actually had a relevant tag, undead, which generated one more 1/1, had to be killed 3 times, like, that would have been insane. What's more, it's in Druid, which has Token Druid, which is a deck that wants you to have a sticky minion. Lingering Zombie is an insane addition to a strong deck out there right now, Token Druid. At number 9, we have Astalor Bloodsworn. Insane value card, especially with Bran Bronzebeard in the format. That 8 mana Astalor will eventually deal 16 damage. Back in my day, you were happy when Cthulhu dealt 16 damage. And that required you play a whole deck full of cards that were weak for their cost just so you could play your 10 mana Cthulhu. Well, now, with just Bran and Astalor, you can play 2 Cthulhu level cards at 10 mana for 8 mana. Astalor Bloodsworn is going to be great in any value deck, any control deck, pretty much any deck with Bran Bronzebeard, which usually also includes Denathrius. Number 8. I can't believe Patchwork is only number 8. The best disruption card ever printed in Hearthstone. The reason why it's only number 8, I suppose, is because it's Blood Death Knight, which is not guaranteed to be a tier 1 deck. I mean, it is so good that all the Death Knights will want to put in 1 Blood Rune, so they can include Patchwork, but ultimately they might not, just because 3 rune cards are so powerful. It's not even negative tempo necessarily, because you kill 1 card on the board, or 2 with Bran. It's a good thing that you had to specifically be a Blood Death Knight to use Patchwork, otherwise you'd see a lot more Patchwork. Number 7, Hawkstrider Rancher. 3 mana, 5 health, must kill. If you don't kill it, every single minion the opponent plays from then on out gets essentially +2/+2. Expect this thing in all of the tempo decks, and all of the aggro decks, and a lot of the mid-range decks. Number 6, Soul Eater's Scythe. This is the card that enables the no minion Demon Hunter to actually work, without which it probably wouldn't be worth running all the no Demon Hunter minion lovers, because those minions, those 3 minions are really good, but you can hide exactly those 3 minions into Soul Eater's Scythe and then enable your really insane have no minions in your deck Demon Hunter. Number 5, all Death Knights love this guy, Chillfallen Baron. Death Knights don't actually draw many cards, but Chillfallen Baron fixes that problem with one of the better card draw cards out there. So maybe Death Knights aren't weak at drawing cards, it's just that, you know, they don't have that many card draw cards, and Chillfallen Baron just is a premium one. Number 4, a very spicy pick. I was tempted to put this at number 1, but it's impressive that she made it all the way to number 4. Sister Svalna, bringing in a new archetype, Svalna Priest. Infinite value on a card. Gives you that 3 mana card that lets you discover shadow spells. But I wonder if it was intended that you would discover 25 cards each turn. Enabled when you have 3 Radiant Elementals on the board, which is enabled when you have a Radiant Elemental die, and then you cast the other card that's in the set, Animate Dead, twice alongside with another Radiant Elemental, and then you just cast a lot of shadow spells. What if you don't finish your combo in a turn because it takes that long? Well, if you generate 3 more Animate Dead, the next turn you can play 3 more Animate Dead, and then you can go off again. More testing needed, but I'm willing to make the claim right now. Sister Svalna, tier 1 deck. Number 3, Scourge Illusionist. This card single-handedly pushes Death Rattle Rogue so hard. You would think a 4/4 copy of another Death Rattle minion in your deck to your hand, like, that's a weakness theoretically if you're summoning something big. But if you're getting a 1/1, that's a huge buff. That's the case when you get Burning Blade Acolyte. All of a sudden you have a 1-mana 4/4 that Death Rattles to summon a 5/8 Demon Spawn with Taunt. It combos perfectly with Sketchy Information, which you can play at 3 mana. The value off of this is absolutely insane. The fact that it's undead is icing on the cake. Concoction Rogue has a bunch of undead. All of this is potentially very, very insane. I think Rogue is in a really strong spot going forward. Number 2, Frostworm's Fury. Do you think it's 7 mana to only deal 5 damage? No, it's frequently you're going to deal 10 damage with it because your 5/5 is uncontested by minions on the board. You deal the 5, you swing in with the 5. But what happens when you cast 2 Frostworm's Fury in the row? Well, you deal 10 damage with spells, but your first dragon deals 10 extra damage, and your second dragon deals 5 damage. That's 25 right there. Stacking Frostworm's Furies one step after another, like, that just keeps escalating the damage by so much. And Frostworm's Fury is a really strong finisher. It's a reason why you want to go 3 Frost and Death Knight. You can plan out your victory like 2 turns ahead with Frostworm's Fury. This could get nerfed. It's that strong. It's that annoying. Honorable mention, before we get to a very proud number 1 unveiling, Nerubian Vizier. Great card for any deck using the undead theme. Well, I don't think that the undead cards were that strong for a lot of the undead classes. There was one class that did really well with undead. Rogue. Rogue's gonna love Nerubian Vizier. And of course, all the Death Knights are gonna love Nerubian Vizier. 3 mana 2/4 discover a spell. That's already pretty good. But 3 mana 2/4 discover a spell. It costs 2 less. That's insane. Another victory for Rogue. Which leads us right to number 1. Another Rogue card. Potion Master Putricide. Fun fact, I was the one who revealed, if you haven't seen it yet, do see it, the Concoction package. It's like a deck that is right up my alley. Its tempo, its value, all the cards are powerful. Concoction Rogue got 10 new cards that, you know, form a great package that I think could just go into any deck. And no, I don't mean 10, you know, cards total, as in like 5 unique cards. I mean 10 unique cards, of which Potion Master Putricide is one of them. So like 19 card package here. This is a brand new deck, which I think is super powerful. It even shares some old traits, you know, from Death Rattle Rogue. You got the Sketchy Information, which is always an awesome cheat. If there was ever an insane 4-mana Death Rattle that was printed, Sketchy Information was going to break the game. And here it is, it's Scourge Illusionist. And it's in the same package as this Concoction stuff, of which you got like so many cards. Frequently in the theory crafting, I was killing 3 minions or even 4 minions on a turn. So you play the Potion Master Putricide, which is 2 mana, and you get like 4 concoctions with it, which turn into 2 full concoctions. The concoctions are obviously 3 mana cards that are just like really, really strong cards to play for 3 mana because they're actually worth about 5 mana. Rogue. Big winner. March of the Lich King. Kind of unexpected. Value Rogue is here!